upload for me, and be sure to turn on your post notifications so that you are not tardy to the party. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to take your balloon garlands from what I consider a basic balloon garland to... Hey guys, remember this wall that I literally just did? I cut it down and I'm about to remix these balloons to do a amazing, very thorough balloon garland tutorial for you guys. I'm probably going to have to break it down in 2 parts because I'm going to move really slow. But yeah, and to cut the balloons off of the string, I'm going to use these kitty scissors because they don't have a sharp point, and I'll be able to make sure that I don't pop any balloons. Alright guys, so I just finished taking them all loose, and now we're going to start building the base for what I call a basic balloon garland. Alright guys, so the very first thing you want to do is get out whatever you're going to use to tie your balloons together. I typically use either fishing line, which I'm going to be using today, or some standard balloon string. The next thing you want to do is take your balloons. I've already done the blowing up phase because I'm reusing these from a previous project, as I said before, but you want to blow your balloons up and you want to tie them into clusters to get that good round shape instead of that coney shape that you typically see. Before you tie your knot on your balloon to stop the air from coming out, gently press it against your chest, slowly releasing some of that air, and that will help shape the balloon into this nice round balls that you see here. After you've tied all your balloons into clusters and you have a pile similar to mine, what you want to do is take your string and you're going to tie a knot around the balloons. And I like to tie my first knot a couple of times just to ensure that it's not going to come loose or anything, because this is basically what's going to be holding this whole thing together. So now that I have my string holding up my balloons, I'm now going to take a second cluster. I'm going to press it into the first cluster, kind of making a cross so that the original cluster that I had in my hands first is coming this way and the new one is going across. I'm then going to make a figure 8, tying the balloon string around a new balloon and then take it back around, creating the figure 8 around the existing balloon, and I will meet the string right back in the same place in the center. Give it a slight tug and then wrap it around for good measure. Ta-da! And so that's what we're going to keep doing to build our garland. And this is what I would consider to be somewhat of I call it basic because it's organic, but at the same time, it's not as organic as it could be. So now that I have this done, I'm going to take my new pair, press it into an existing pair, and again I'm going to do that figure 8 pattern. Meet it back up in the center, and I wrap it around for good measure. And as you can see, it's starting to gain some length to it. So that's what I'm going to keep doing, is taking new clusters, placing them in between existing clusters, around the new, back around the existing, making a figure 8. Meeting back up in the center, giving it a slight tug, wrap around for good measure. Yeah, baby. Okay, take your new cluster, press it into the existing cluster. Take your string, wrap it around a new, back around an existing cluster, creating that figure 8 pattern. Meet back up in the middle, give it a slight tug to make sure everything's cinched together good, and then wrap it around for good measure. So again, we're going to take our new cluster, place it in between an existing cluster, take our string around the new, back around the existing, creating a figure 8. And then we're going to meet right back in the middle, give it a slight pull to make sure it's there, and then we're going to take it around for good measure. I'll come a little closer for you guys to make sure you can see this. This is my existing pair, taking my new pair, placing it in between, around the new, around the back side under this existing pair. Once we bring it back up around, we're going to pull it a little tightly to give it a good, make sure it's cinched in there good. We're going to wrap it around for good measure. Take your new cluster, place it in between an existing cluster, around the new, back around an existing, in the middle slight pull and around for good measure. Taking my new cluster, placing it on top of an existing, figure eighting it, meeting back in the middle, around for good measure. Next. So you're just kind of overlapping them almost like Jenga blocks, if that makes sense. You're just gonna be crisscrossing the balloons into, over, on top of each other, around the new, around the old, pull it in the middle, around for good measure, in the middle, around the new, around the old, pull up, around for good measure. And that's pretty much how this is going to continue to go. I know I mentioned this before on my vlogs. You want to make sure that you do have a plan before you start your garland. I decided to start with the light purple because I know I had more of those, that I blew up more of those previously than any of the other colors. So what I'm doing right now is just kind of gauging to see what I have left, to see how big this garland is actually going to be. Wide a few of these so I can go a little more. I just want to make sure I'm going to have left so that I'll be able to take this garland to the next level with you guys. So a few more and then I'm going to stop with this color and start adding in the next shade of purple. Stop there, and then I have the next option would be my basic regular shade of purple. So I'm gonna get those thrown over here so we can get started with adding those in. All right guys, so I'm back and I have my regular shades of purple balloons down here. I don't have as many of those as I do of the lighter purple, so I'm gonna do a few of these and I'm gonna save the rest of those for a little later. And since I don't have as many of those, I'm gonna go ahead and try to fill in gaps. Try to give this area a little bit more dimension than I did with the purple, instead of just placing them directly on top of each other. When I add them, I'm kind of gonna go on to the sides and everything as well. As you guys can see, the balloon garland is definitely growing. The hardest part about doing balloon garlands to me, it's not hard, but it's time consuming, is blowing up the amount of balloons you need. After that, it's a breeze putting them together once you get the hang of doing the string. I have this one here. It's like a janky orbs balloon and a purple one. I'm gonna put this one here. Over the new, back around the existing balloon directly behind it. Pull it tight and bring it around for good measure. And then I'm gonna move on to my metallic dark purple balloons. Alright guys, so I am back and I have now moved all of my darker purple balloons over here. So as you can see, we're having to back up a little further because my balloon garland is growing. We're gonna keep going with the darker shade of purple, and as I said before, we're just kind of crisscrossing them into each other, over, and then we're gonna come back around an existing balloon, pull it in the middle, and then wrap it around for good measure. So This is the pair, the existing pair, taking my new pair, placing it in between. And I'm going around the existing and locking in place. I mean, over the new to lock it in place. Back around the existing cluster that's here. Meet back in the middle with your string. Give it a slight pull to cinch it together. And then wrap it around for good measure. Our new cluster. Cinch it in the middle, around the new, back around the existing. We'll take our new cluster, cinch it in the middle. We're gonna go around the new with our Garland string, around an existing on the back side, and then we're gonna meet right back in the middle, giving it a slight pull, and then around for good measure. All right, guys, so I have switched locations and angles in hopes that you guys will be able to really see it from here. So we're gonna give this a try. Let's take my new cluster, press it into my existing cluster, take my string around the new, back around the existing, slight pull, and then wrap it around for good measure. Ooh, I like this angle, y'all. Take the new, press it into the existing cluster, take the string around the new, back around the existing cluster, making a figure 8, meet back up in the center, slight pull, around for good measure. Same thing, new cluster, press it in between the new, take it around the new cluster, back around the existing cluster, meet back up in the middle, around for good measure. Take new cluster into the existing cluster, around, just pull in the middle, around for good measure. This cluster, we're gonna lock it in the middle with our hands in between the existing, making our X. Take the string this way to lock the new balloon garland in. Take it around the existing garland. Bring it around. Back up in the middle, slight pull to lock it in. And around for good measure. Have one more. Push it in the middle, in between. Take the string around and lock it in. Bring it back around this way like a figure 8. Around the existing. Pull the string back up in the middle, cinching it in and around for good measure. I just finished doing 3 shades of purple, the light, the regular, and then the metallic pearl. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and add a bit of white off camera to the top before the purple. That way it'll be a little longer because I think I'm gonna hang it, well I know for sure I'm gonna hang it right here. I think this is probably the most discreet place in my house where it won't be in the way because we're having a gathering at our house tomorrow. And I wanna leave it up for a little while, so I'm gonna hang it right here. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna use the thumbtack and nail way that I did it in my pricing video when I took you guys along with me to set up and we talked about pricing, how to price your balloon garlands. That vlog, I hung the balloon garlands using the nail and the string, but I really couldn't do it because there were so many people there setting up and it's really awkward to be talking to you guys on this camera and people are looking like, what the heck is she doing? So I wasn't able to talk you guys through it, but I'm gonna do that today with you. And then we're gonna start to build our balloon garland. Alright guys, so I just finished adding the white to the top and I'm gonna go ahead and get this hung up. I'm trying to see which direction it's gonna be the best. Alright, so I think that's good. Alright guys, so I'm ready to get started with hanging, and it's gonna be a little difficult because it's just me by myself, but we're gonna get through this. I know I can do it, it's just gonna take a little longer. So I have just a piece of string that I took, this is just regular balloon string, that I took off of one of the clusters when I took it apart. They're all scattered all over the floor right now at this point. And so I'm gonna start from the bottom because I think that may be best for me since I don't have help. And I'm gonna stand the balloon garland up here. Make sure. I want to making sure that any balloons that I want to show are showing. For example, I added in this purple orb one, and since that is like a extra special balloon, I want this one to show, so I'm going to make sure I twist the garland in the direction that I want it to go. And then I'm going to take my balloon string and I'm going to wrap it around one of the balloons that are in the back. Just around a single balloon, or you can hug it around the entire garland as I did when I originally used these purple balloons. And then I'm going to just tie it in a knot, leaving a loop on it that I can attach my tack to. Come on y'all, let me show you what's going on back here. So this is just what I'm talking about here. As you can see, the string is just going around this balloon here. It meets up in the inside there and kind of locks in around the balloons as well as the fishing line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the garland to where I want it to stand. And I'm going to take the balloon string here and my handy dandy tack. And I'm going to tack it in place. And as you can see, I have the tack here that's going to hold it in place, so when the balloon is pulling this way, it's not going anywhere. And I can actually tighten this up some. So now we're gonna bag it up again, and I'm gonna do the same thing to hang it all around. All right guys, so I just finished hanging the balloon garland with the string. There's the cluster that's back there that I did with you guys in the beginning. There's one at the very top in this corner, and then there's one right here that I'll end up hiding with balloons. So now that we have our balloon garland all hung, we're gonna start to accentuate it and take it from a simple but basic balloon garland to something more fun, flirty, more organic. I'm gonna start down here on this bottom area. As you can see, it's kind of shapy, regular, kind of sort of going this way. I really want, and the balloons can be shifted, guys, so keep in mind that when you do your garland, if balloons start going ways that you don't want them, you can redirect them. So I want this big one that I have back here to show more. So that's why I was kind of sort of shifting those. And then there's a gap over here in this corner, as you can see. So I want to fill that in with something. So I'm thinking that since I have the purple up, the silver up here on this top corner, that I should probably bring some of the silver down here. So I'm gonna put some silver over in this corner. I have 2 clusters of my chrome Quelatex balloons that I'm going to put over here in this corner. And to do that, I'm gonna take my balloon string. I'm gonna take my balloon string and I'm gonna do this the same way that I would do it if I were starting a balloon garland. I'm gonna tie a few knots to get it started and make sure that the fishing line is secure. And then I'm gonna go over to my corner that I want to fill. I'm gonna press it into the gap that I wanna start my balloons in. I'm gonna wrap the string around an existing cluster that's there and pull the string so that I cinch my new cluster in with it. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna act like I'm doing a brand new balloon garland. I'm gonna take the string around the new, back around a different existing one, give it a slight pull, and then wrap it around to the measure. I'm gonna take my second cluster that I have here, and I'm gonna press it into this one. And then we're gonna do it like we did earlier with the garland. I'm gonna take it around the new, back around the existing, slight pull to lock it in, and back around for good measure. And then since my gap did not fill in where as much as I wanted it to, I'm gonna keep going. So what I'm gonna do is pick a different color. I think I'm gonna go with this mauve since that is nowhere in the garland. So I'm gonna take my garland, my new cluster, Do the same thing I did with the silver. Oh wait, it twisted on me. I want you standing up. I'm gonna start with the mauve. I'm gonna put that to the back so that it doesn't twist that way anymore. I'm gonna press it into the existing, go around, bring it around like a figure 8, around the existing, slide pull around for good measure, and then I'm gonna place my new mauve one, same way, press it in, around, figure 8 it, cinch it in good measure, and then since this area is darker purple, don't want to leave that out, so I'm going to get some more of my darker colored balloons and starting a new garland on top of an existing garland is essentially what I'm doing until I'm ready to stop, which I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to take my darker purple, push it into place around the new, back around an existing, cinch it in, back around for good measure. I'm going to take one more darker colored one. Press it in place, around, cinch it in place, around for good measure, and then since I'm gonna stop here, I'm gonna take my string, I'm gonna tie it around one that's up here, to hold it up. And then back around an existing on the bottom. Twist the string in a few places just so that it does not come loose when you cut the string. You can also tie a knot. So as you can see, we added some new colors down here in the corner. And so I'm just gonna keep working our way up. You can see the difference in the size in the garland now from the bottom. And so that's what we've done now. From the bottom, you can see that it's definitely gotten wider. And then we also have some pops of color. And like I said, we can adjust the balloons how we want to. I'll probably move them around a little bit. And before I have added my 5 inches are gonna be the last thing that I'm gonna add in right now. I'm just trying to get it shaped the way I want to fill in all those gaps. So we're just gonna keep going, okay? All right, guys, just wanted to do a check-in so you can see how I did that bottom cluster of dark purple. I added in a little bit of the mauve, touches of silver, and then a few clusters of the lavender. I don't have a huge variety of 5 inches, so in my opinion, this does look a little off for me. I would rather it be a bunch of different color 5 inches, but I don't have 5 inches as I'm just using what I have from my balloon wall to do a video for you guys. So yeah, stay tuned. Hey guys, just checking in. My battery died. I had to let it charge, but I am back at it. I don't have like I said before, I don't have as many 5-inch balloons in different colors as I would like. That would do what I want it to do, but it is coming along beautifully. I don't think it looks too bad. Sorry about the sunshine right here. Should be gone in a second. Does that every day. But I'm gonna add a few, probably put a mauve set right here. And I feel like I need some mauve over here somewhere. I'm gonna try to figure that out. And then I'll be all done. Not much more I can do. I don't have any more silvers, which would really help out a lot. I have the few that I put here, one right here, and then that one at the top. All right, guys, so I've come to a stopping point for this garland, and what I'm gonna do is use the same butterflies I use on the wall, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add some of those into the garland again to add different shades of those purples. really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have not already done so, please go ahead and make sure you subscribe to my channel and comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this vlog. What would you do different? See you guys next time. Bye.